Oh, with that,
Interesting cutscene.
we are now up here, and we are...
Now going to strut E to take out the bomb before the time runs out.
Yeah.
And then we will encounter... Fatman.
Fatman! Na-na-na-na-na-na-na, Fatman! If I sound very slightly off in my voice, it's because I've got a cold and I'm still kind of recovering. Jeez, it seems like all they seem to be doing nowadays is catching colds.
Freeze!
It's very true. Right.
So now we've got to go up to the roof of Strutty and take on Fatman!
Christine, we get it. We get it.
But it's Fatman.
It's not Batman.
It rhymes with Batman.
Batman became Fatman.
He ate a few too many apple pies.
And then he got rid of his outfit and got a new one. And then became a bombs expert. And started to call himself Fatman.
Na 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 na, Fatman.
Yes. And also, Fatman's got his own Fatmobile as well. The Fatmobile. Priceless.
It's the bomb.
It's a bomb.
No, it's the bomb. The bomb.
The bomb?
The bomb. I think there's... Yeah. So basically, yeah, we're going up to the next boss fight. This is the first proper boss fight.
Well, technically no, because Olga was the first boss fight.
Okay, let me translate. First proper boss fight in the plant episode. I nearly said Tango.
I was going to say, you were going to say Tanker. I thought, no, the first boss, well, the only boss in the Tanker was Olga.
Ogre?
Olga? I call her Olga. I call her Olga. Olga. Olga.
Olga.
Olga. Because she's Russian. Makes sense. Right. To the roof we go.
To the roof, to the roof.
To the top, to the top, to the top.
And... so, we have a bomb that's just sat there. He didn't
laying on the ground, and it's so obvious where it was.
He didn't even attempt to hide this thing.
Well, obviously, I think he was trying to get Raiden to come up here.
Yeah, he deliberately put it there. He wanted you to find it.
Yeah. I've got to say, this man is absolutely insane.
He's mental, isn't he?
Yep.
Boom!
Actually, no. Instead of the Fatmobile, call it the Bombmobile.
And life.
Yeah, but Batman calls his the Batmobile.
Yeah, the Fatmobile. I mean, can you run? They actually said that joke in a game called Simpsons Hit and Run. Bart Simpson once said that. The Fatmobile. And he's got a glass of
wine, I think.
Could be wine.
Why? Do you think you drink blood? Do you think he's like a vampire or something? No, I did not bring it up, so technically it doesn't count.
Well, Vamp's already a vampire in this game anyway, so...
The party's about to start.
It could be blackcurrant squash.
Could be. I'll be surprised if
Maybe
it was...
he don't like alcohol. I mean, I wouldn't want a bomb person drinking.
Yeah, where did he... My question is, where did he get that from exactly?
If you destroy the big shell, you'll never collect your ransom.
Do not know.
What are you talking
That's because we're not supposed to know.
So that's what's going on. What the hell are you talking about? Oh, you'll know soon enough. And I could care less what they plan to do. My ambitions are much more simple. To be the most famous bomber of them all. You're nuts.
Well, get up to the 10-meter diving board and then dive off into the pool, and then you will be the greatest bomber of them all.
Yes. Oh,
you'll have done the dive bomb.
A massive dive bomb.
That's what you meant. That's what you meant, wasn't it?
He had your number. What did you say? You have nothing of his courage. What are you laughing at? That croc died a dishonorable death 6 months ago. 6 months ago. The liquidation of Dead Cell. Call it what you want. Only the right stuff survived that hell. Set me free, you know. Open the way to a new dimension.
Fighting this guy on extreme mode is insane.
Headless horseman.
Yep, he has no head.
I'm a criminal, and that's the only way people will ever remember me.
How dare you! I'm an artist!
He's an artist?
Well,
That's why I
art can
dislike
be depicted
foolish
in
military
various
types.
different ways. It's not always drawing.
Yeah, no,
It's
when he
time
says
to
he's an
start the
artist, he's not an
party.
artist. He's a mental psychopathic maniac.
This is how it works.
Oh, yes, that's
I
true.
plant a bomb.
Here's how it works. I plant a bomb and it'll explode. Duh!
Could you imagine if he
know
placed
that?
Yeah, could you imagine if he placed a bomb? As soon as he places a bomb, it just immediately blows up. Oh, give me a fucking break.
Well,
And the guy-
technically it didn't work like that then. He says, oh, I plant a bomb, it'll explode. No, it doesn't, because we've got plenty of time to disarm it.
Oh yeah, you say that. Yeah, you say that on normal and the other difficulties, but if you play on extreme, he is a crazy motherfucker because you've only got 20 seconds to take out the bombs, and he plants about 4 bombs, and he just goes everywhere and plants bombs everywhere and just starts the timer just like that.
Yeah.
I remember when I first fought him, it took about 10 attempts to beat him.
It's got quite a lenient timer when he plants a bomb. Yeah, you just shoot him to the ground and shoot him in the head,
Then he should be fine.
and then you should be fine. He will plant bombs every now and then, in my experience. But if you're very, very quick off the mark, you shouldn't worry about it. You shouldn't have any issues with it. He just goes all over the place.
Yeah, and that's the boss fight in a nutshell.
Yeah. Way to make it look easy.
Well, I've played this game before.
Well, how many times, God knows.
How many times have I played this game? About 15 times.
Okay.
Played this game since my childhood.
I would have thought it would have been more than that. But never mind.
Nice
Party's
suit.
over.
Oh no. I've nothing to wear to the party.
You could wear your birthday
Party's over
suit.
for you.
I'm just
That's what
saying.
you think.
What do
You
you
could
mean?
take his, Batman outfit. His Fatman outfit,
Yeah, he could dress up as Batman.
What is this?
Well, actually, no, if he dressed up as Batman, he'd break the damn clothes.
Beautiful hands. These delicate hands can craft works.
This is what I mean by the guy being, a maniac.
Answer me. What the hell is this?
It's the switch for the biggest.
So
party
he has
in
lit
place.
one more bomb. Well, activated one more bomb. Not lit one more bomb, activated it.
Like I say, this thing makes no sense, though.
Once it's
Yeah.
activated,
Because as soon as we
there's no
find it,
stopping
this
the
will make
count.
no sense.
Where did you plant it?
It's funny because where it actually is,
Somewhere
Peter
in
Stillman
this
says,
area.
oh, if it's up there, it's not like him, it can't really do structural damage. It can do damage, but not serious damage. And yet, he put this bomb in this particular place
Go
that's
ahead, shoot
probably
me, I'm
not going
already
to do
dead.
as much damage as what you would think.
Think you can find it?
If you were able to follow me
When it
saying
goes
that, then
off,
well done.
It'll take the big shell with it.
I
Tell me where I can
certainly...
find the bomb.
I half did, and I
Your
half didn't.
problem.
Got half of what you were trying to say, and
Yeah,
the
but
second
basically
half.
what I'm trying to say is,
They'll
up
be happy to.
in where the bomb is, where the
Right
bomb actually
idea.
is,
And
did
start
you
my
think,
legend. Too bad
Peter
you
Stillman
won't
said
be
it
around to see
wouldn't
the
do a lot of
movies.
damage if a bomb was up in this particular location.
Laugh and grow fat.
So he just dumps the bomb where it is. And
Yep.
you're about to showcase where it is anyway.
Yeah, but this is surprising,
Kind
though.
of obvious.
Yeah, but actually, do you know what's really funny about when Matthew first played this game? When I let him come over to my house and try this out, he was looking around for ages, and I kept telling him to look around. And then afterwards, he died. He was like, "Oh, I give up. Show me." Lifted him and showed it was over there. He was like, "Son of a bitch!"
It's right underneath him.
All along,
it's on
he
top-
spent ages running around just to find out it's underneath Fatman.
Yeah.
Good work, Wright.
But it's like,
Looks like all the bombs are neutralized.
how do I put
One
this?
of their main leverages is now gone.
Oh.
That leaves.
Colonel,
It's on the
Fat
roof.
Man didn't seem to know about the ransom demands.
when Peter Stillman was
Intentionally kept in
alive,
the dark, I
it's one of the
say.
bombs that
He
Peter
seemed to
Stillman
be
said
coming from
wouldn't
a very
do real
different place
structural
from the other
damage.
terrorists.
I mean, it probably would because it's a lot bigger.
Right.
Well, obviously,
a lot
yeah.
of hostages.
But it still seems a
present
strange
included
place to
are
stick it.
still in
Yeah,
Was
not
it-
to mention, if
Your
you really
mind
think about it,
focused on
right?
protecting
It
them.
wasn't there beforehand when you fought
What are
Fatman.
my
When
orders?
Fatman, fell off his,
Rescue the president.
roller skates and fell on
We
the floor,
have
how
no
did he
idea
plant
where
the
he
bomb right
is.
behind him without
You
Ryder
haven't been in
noticing?
the central core
Exactly.
yet.
Because it wasn't
Was
there
it,
before.
was it glued to his back? But if that was the case, he would be
Wait,
crawling
I
it
have
along
another
with,
call.
And
dragging it along with him.
Well,
It's
no,
got
because if
Fatman.
it was gluing on his
I'll
back,
go
then how does it
offline.
explain when you
Best
fight
to
him
keep
throughout the
our
entire
presence
battle?
unknown.
It doesn't appear on his back.
That actually makes me wonder as well, why weren't you able to blow everything up?
How you doing, kid?
Pliskin, Is everything
I
all
do
right?
know that if
Could
you
be
do
better.
the VR
Looks like I
missions,
was
the
out
ones with
cold
the
for a
sensor
while.
bees, if you
How
go
did you
near
manage to
them, they
stay
actually
alive?
self-destruct.
Had a little help from a friend.
So you got to make sure you're staying at a further distance
about
when
the
you take them
bomb?
out with the coolant spray.
Diffused. And Fatman, too.
Okay, so
That's
now
good news.
Pliskin's woken
House shell,
up.
too.
Yep.
It's a mess.
After taking a
The bomb
long,
crippled
bloody
H-Strut.
nap.
What about the toxins?
Yeah.
The what?
If the
Strut
big shell
H has
blows
pretty
up,
much been
the explosion
ruined.
is expected to produce massive amounts
I've got to
of
say though,
toxins.
Metal Gear Solid 2 seems to
Never
have
heard
more
anything about
cutscenes than the
that.
first game.
Well,
Yeah.
looks like there's not
Notice
much
that.
danger of that
Yeah,
in any case.
I think Metal Gear
But
Solid
the central
4's got the
core is
most
starting to
cutscenes of the
flood.
lot,
It won't
though.
last much longer.
Or am I the only one that thinks
What
that?
about
Well,
the
it's true
president and the
actually.
other
A lot of people
hostages?
seem to
They
think
weren't in
MGS4 has the
Shell 2.
longest
They must be
cutscenes
in
in the
Shell
whole
1.
franchise.
We need to get the hostages
Wasn't one of the
out of here
cutscenes supposed to be
now.
like
It's
90
too far
minutes?
from Manhattan for a
Well,
swim.
actually no.
What about
The
the
problem with
lifeboats?
Metal Gear Solid 4,
Doesn't
when you
seem
get
to
to
be
Act
any.
5, there's only
Doesn't
30
make
minutes of
sense.
gameplay
So a
and only
chopper
3
is our
hours of
only
cutscenes.
extraction?
Right.
Yikes.
And it comes with a passenger
That's a
limit.
bit over. That's
Intel has
overdoing
it
it.
that there
I'm
are
sorry.
about 30 hostages.
I know that Metal
It'll
Gear
take
Solid
more than
is
a single
mostly very
trip.
story
We'll have to come
driven,
back.
but
Can you
I think
pilot a
Metal Gear
chopper?
Solid 1
No,
and Metal Gear
but
Solid
I brought a
3 had the
gearhead
perfect
with me.
balance between
He's a good
cutscenes and
guy.
gameplay
I'll
though.
introduce you later.
They gave you plenty of
I'm
cutscenes,
on
but
the
not
heliport
overly
right
long.
now, but I don't
now
see their
Pliskin's saying he's
Harrier.
brought a guy
It's out
with him.
somewhere.
Yes.
How
You
on
better
earth
move
would he
now,
have been
then.
able to do
Our
that if
chances
he
with
was
a Harrier
a
after us
SEAL?
are
Is he
close to
given up
nothing.
on the fact
Do
that
you know
he's
where
like
the president is?
No.
on his
that one's all
cover,
yours.
basically? Is he
President
given
is
up
on
on
top of our
saying
rescue list. These are our orders, Lieutenant
I'm
JG.
a SEAL? He's
Your
probably given
orders,
up on
not
that. And
mine.
is
What?
willing to say,
See
yeah,
you
I'm
later.
actually somewhat different. I'm not supposed to be here. Because otherwise he wouldn't say, I brought a gearhead with me.
Exactly. And he wouldn't say simplify, because that's Marine talk, not Navy SEAL talk.
Oh, I just think it's a little...
Oh, it's a ninja.
You passed with flying colors.
It's Deep Throat.
Yeah. Gross.
Mark 2.
Well, actually, no. Deep Throat
I'm like
Model
you.
2.
I have no name.
Are you Mr. X?
Yeah, don't you
Technically it's Mr. X.
Now you notice how Metal Gear Solid 2's plant episode is like a recreation of Shadow Moses, like the encounter with
Yeah.
the ninja and stuff.
But when you think
Come,
about it,
Let's get out of the open.
Snake didn't really know that, you know, meet Deep Throat while he knew he was Deep Throat. Until near the end of the
Are you
game.
with Foxhound too?
When you
Exactly.
think about it.
And also, you find out later on who this ninja is near towards the end of the game
Neither
as well.
enemy nor
Yeah.
friend.
But even though we don't know this ninja's identity right
Just a messenger
now,
from the Lalilulelo.
Lale though.
yeah, even though you don't know his identity right now, you do know that this ninja is the one contacting you on this frequency, and you also know,
This
you know,
is safer, I think.
you've also
Safe
met
from
them in
what?
person, technically.
Eavesdropping, of course.
That's what I'm trying to get at.
Why did you contact me?
I've been ordered to give you
Snake
backup,
didn't know Deep
including
Throat was the
relaying
ninja until
necessary
near the end of the
intel.
game.
Ordered by whom?
Not that I
How
remember
would you
anyway.
identify yourself?
There is no need for you to know.
Whereas in
I'll
this
decide
game,
whether I
obviously,
need to know.
you
You
know
are
that the
not yet
ninja is
trusted
Deep
to
Throat
make
or
such
Mr. X.
decisions.
Yeah.
I'll tell you
Because he actually
something
calls
you
himself
need to
Deep
know
Throat at
instead.
first, and he
The
decides,
current location
Mr.
of the
X then.
president.
What?
And I thought, yeah,
Orion,
how similar
the
is this to the
person
first
knows
game?
the current
It's meant to
location
be,
of the
okay.
Because
president.
it's
Who
part
is
of the
it?
S3
A
plan.
secret
Yeah.
service agent
Created
named
by the
Ames,
Patriots.
currently
So we need to go
held
into Shell
hostages.
1,
Secret
finally.
Service, huh?
Yep.
The head
And now
of
we'll
the president's
finally
security
be able to
detail.
get an
Ames has been
AK-47
fitted with the same type
and an
of
M4, so now we
VIP
can have machine guns
system
on us.
as the president.
Cool.
And
If you're
C4
within
as well
range, you should
as
be able to
Other
communicate.
things.
other
Why are
things.
you telling me this?
Until you come out of Shell 1, you'll get the level 3 card where you
There's
can
no
access the
reason for me to believe
PSG-1
any
and the
of this.
PSG-1
You understand
tranquilizer
that?
gun and the
Of
grenades
course, but you
and
also
a new
have no
weapon
choice
introduced,
but
which
to
is a
believe.
grenade launcher,
Cool.
which
Do you
I
have
don't
any
even use that
other
much, to be honest.
Those hostages.
Just stick with the Stinger missile.
The hostages are being held in the B1 conference hall. In the Shell 1 core, you'll find Ames there.
What does he look like?
We don't know if it is indeed a he. I've never met this person either.
How am I supposed to look for someone without even a description?
Use your ears.
What's that supposed to mean?
Ames has a pacemaker. You'll be able to hear the machine sound in the
That's
heartbeat.
that's
Do you
something
expect
that I
me
have
to walk up to
to...
these
Which is the
hostages and
directional
listen to every one of their
microphone.
Wait,
heartbeats?
how
The
did
sound
the
is too
ninja
faint
know
unamplified. You'd be
that
captured
Ames has a
immediately.
pacemaker,
what am
but he
I
doesn't know
supposed to do?
anything else
Use
about
the
what this
directional
Ames is
microphone.
supposed to look
There's
like,
one somewhere in
what
the
gender Ames is?
Maybe it's because...
Why is that the only piece of information that the ninja has to offer? Why
have
doesn't
no
he know
idea.
anything else?
No idea.
I think, oh, it's a bloke is a little bit more helpful than, oh, he has a pacemaker.
It's called a
I
pan.
think it's because, you know, since the S3 plan and, you know the S3 plan itself, right?
Yeah.
Ocelot was the only one who knew. So he might have gave the information to the ninja about aims. And obviously, you know when he had a heart attack?
Yeah.
His own nanomachines were used to shut down his own peacemaker
One of the
inside him.
terrorists?
Hence why he died at that very moment.
Uh.
Isn't that kind of like, you know, the DARPA chief when he died of a heart attack? Or, you know,
Yeah,
Kenneth Baker?
yeah. So basically we need to get into the shell
You want
one,
me to disguise
but we
myself?
need to disguise ourselves to do that.
Yep.
So we need to get our hands on the uniform,
Which he's given to us right now, actually.
which, yeah,
He
technically...
gives it to you.
Yeah, the ninja gives it to you, so you don't need to go hunting for it. But you do need to get the AK,
Because you've got to make sure when you wear the outfit and the gun, make sure you don't do it outside Shell 1's core. Make sure
Yeah,
you do it in Shell 1, because if you don't do it in Shell 1, you're going to get busted for it.
yeah, you'll get given away.
Yes.
Because they wear something different outside.
You'll also have to pass a retinal scan to get into the conference hall.
Biometrics. Crap.
Nothing but the real thing will suffice. Deception is not an option here. I suggest you hurry. They have a nuke on their side.
The nuke? They have a nuclear weapon with them?
You didn't find their continuing presence here unusual? Even with the president as hostage, this is an island, and they have no visible means of escape.
Even if they do have a nuke, the warhead is no good without an access code. The security lockout can't be bypassed.
They don't need to. They have the code. You saw it too, I believe. The Navy man with half a handcuff. The other half of it is on the football, or the black case if you like. The nuclear button. And now they have it.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but as a kid, when he said the nuclear
Why
button,
did they have to bring the
I thought he said
football
bottom at
along
one
to a
point.
decontamination plant of all places?
When I was a kid, when I heard them say football, I thought they actually meant a proper football.
But no, since this is American English, they meant as in rugby.
Dead Cell didn't have to bring a nuke along.
Because
Yeah.
in American English it's called rugby.
Here to begin with. Nothing
Yeah,
is
but it wasn't
fair
referring
for
to
it
either
seems.
football or rugby.
Cover up. But why? For what?
It's called
For
sarcasm.
Metal Gear that is housed here.
Metal Gear?
Metal
No
Gear.
way!
Yes, way!
I had no idea this thing would be here.
That's something about Metal Gear Solid 4 that is kind of disappointing. There was no new Metal Gear in that game. Because the first game had Metal Gear Rex, the second game had Ray, the third game had the Shadowheart, which was like the predecessor. Then in the fourth one, there's, you know, they just bring back Ray and...
Geckos?
Geckos aren't Metal Gears. They're actual robots.
What's this for?
Yeah, but they look sort of like Metal Gears.
But are they Metal Gears?
They might
What do I
be
need a
classed as
cell
Metal
phone
Gears. I
for?
don't know. I'm not that big. I love the series and all, but I'm not so deep into it that I know if a gecko is a Metal Gear or not.
I don't think they are, no.
I'm too casual. I'm too much of a Nintendo junkie.
Colonel, who is that man just now?
He's not one of ours. No, we have no one like
What
that in
about
our
Sega?
unit.
Yeah, I like
He
Sega.
said that the big
I grew
shell
up
was
with
housing
Sega.
a new model of Metal Gear.
First I've heard of it.
Colonel, what are you not telling me?
I've been completely open with you, Raiden. I've told you everything.
Is that everything you know? Or everything I need to know?
Snap out of it, Raiden. I'll have the Metal Gear rumor looked into. You need to make contact with this Ames.
So you believe that ninja?
Since we have no leads on the President's current location, we have no other alternatives. Right now, collect as much data as you can, including anything on Metal Gear.
Are those my orders?
Yes, they are. Disguise yourself as an enemy soldier and infiltrate the Shell 1 core.
Understood.
But first of all, we need to go to Strut F to pick up our weapons before we go into Shell 1's core. Which
Yeah.
is mainly the AK, which is where it is. At the very bottom floor of Strut F.
Yep.
Yep.
I believe that's where you can get the M9 as well.
I've already got the M9.
No, the M4, sorry.
I was going to say M9, we've already got the M9. The M4, yes, you also get the M4 and you also get the C4.
Yeah, so quite a few nifty items you can get in a...
And until you go to Shell 1's core and after you have the... Okay, I was going to say, after Shell 1's call and after you talk to Ames, you'll get the level 3 card. Once you gain the level 3 card, you'll be able to get the PSG-1 grenade as well as the grenade launcher.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So, let's rock and roll.
To Strutf we go.
Okay. Huh. There's quite a few things. I think you can pick up a book on the other side, can't you?
Well, you could pick up one book at the very bottom of Strut F, but you
That's
can...
what I'm on about.
I was going to say, but once you get to Shell 1, once you get to the second floor, you can pick up some books in there as well. You can actually punch and kick a locker and you get about 6 or 7 or so.
Oh. Well, there you go.
Well, yeah, I'll show you that when we get to Shell 1.
See, there's the book I was referring to, right down there.
Mm-hmm. There's only one book though.
Yeah.
But before I do that, let's grab the M9.
Yeah, M9, you've got the M9.
I mean the M4. Now you're messing me up. The M4. There we go. Now we gotta go to the bottom floor and pick up the AK.
Hmm?
So I've got the C4 and the M4.
Yep.
C4, M4.
Book.
Yep.
With porn.
And that's actually quite useful. That's actually quite useful just for distracting guards.
crikey.
For distracting guards. It's quite useful.
Because you knocked out the guard, someone's sending people along to investigate.
And this is when Snake tells you about the AK and everything.
If you wear an enemy's field outfit and carry an AK, you can pass for one of them. Listen up, kid, and don't forget this. Only the guards in Shell 1's core are armed with AK rifles. The others are armed with the AN-94, the official rifle of the Russian army. If you hope to disguise yourself as the enemy, you don't want to be carrying an AK outside of Shell 1's core.
Alright, kiddies, did you hear that? Good, because, you know, we're not going to explain it again. Only make sure you carry the AK inside the core with this suit on and not outside, because if you try and wear it outside, it's not going to work, because they wear something different outside of Shell 1.
Mm-hmm. So make sure you wear the outfit and the AK only in Shell 1.
So here we go.
Yep. To Shell 1 we go, to rescue Ames.
Just gotta run like a loony here, oh my god.
This is the part that used to annoy me. Now,
when my husband played that, he forgot that the floors actually caved in, so he fell to his death.
I want to tell you something here right now, okay? When it comes to that part, did you know that if you make your way all the way back to Strut F, if you mess up on that bit, so say if you make a lot of them collapse, on normal mode, when you have to come back to get to the computer room to, you know, put the disc in where Emma is, the platforms will remain there, so you have to make sure you get over there without falling to your death.
Well,
yeah.
So basically, if you come back, more platforms that fall, the more difficult it is for you later on. It becomes more difficult later on, so, yeah.
So the head of the
there's
terrorist
Rose
group
again.
must be
an imposter.
Yay!
Talking about Solid Snake.
I believe it was,
I guess I was kind of hoping to
from
meet the legend
Matthew.
in the flesh.
Yep.
I posted a comment on one of the videos, I think it was part 3.
Yeah, I noticed. I read it.
Yeah, that Rose
The
is like a
president needs you, I
computer.
think. Disguise
All I
yourself
have
as
to
enemy
say to that is
personnel
then
and
Rose has to
infiltrate
be
the
the
core
most...
section.
Whoever
Your
designed that
priority is
must
to
really
contact
hate
Agent Ames.
That's all.
It was the Patriots.
Patriots are really fucking evil with...
Yep, so
If
now,
they're all
AK, and now we can equip
Yeah.
the outfit.
God, I'm sorry, but just she's another.
Well,
Computer
the good news
or
is though,
real?
I was going to say, the good news is though, she was only a computer, she wasn't the real Rosemary.
Yeah.
I have to admit though, I do like Rose as a character more in the 4th one than the 2nd.
Yeah, she's a lot more likeable there.
She doesn't complain nearly as much.
Maybe that's what, you know, because she was real. She was a human and not, like, some stupid AI. God, who designed that?
There's another book.
What Patriot designed that AI? They must be so cruel.
Well, the Patriots are a bunch of arseholes.
Yeah. Yeah, let's design, like, a bit of AI that just nags you all the time and nags you and nags you. Let's just wind you up. Oh my god, I hate Rose in this game.
Well, you're meant to, though. You're not meant to like her.
Are we? Am I meant to?
You're not really meant to like her because she's, you know, not the real Rosemary. And then at the very end of the game, when you see the... And I was going to say, when you're at the end of the game, when you speak to the real Rose, you know, that's when she's a lot more, you know... She's not nothing like she was with the, you know...
Why don't you have a poster on my wall?
Why don't you ever let me cook dinner for you? You're nasty, Jack! I'm jealous that you like Emma even though you haven't kissed her.
But even though she's not really that much to look at.
I was going to say, because Rose gets jealous at the fact that, right, because she thinks you and Emma seem to get on really well. And I'm like, oh my god, how sensitive can you be? She's just... So what, Rosemary won't let me even be friends with girls? You know?
Oh, wow.
Say you get tons of books, you get about 6 or so. So now I've got, if you look at the books for a second, about 5 books out of 5.
Cool. So, what we got to do in here? I think we have to do something... Yeah, the mic, that's it.
Yeah, pick up the microphone, then go back to the first basement.
Box 4.
Yep.
Remember to treat your boxes with love, everyone.
And if you collect all 5 boxes, you get a trophy, like I did there.
Okay. Don't forget to activate your nerds.
Make sure you do that in the first basement as well.
Yeah. You're gonna need the mic, so come down here before you go and...
Oh, did you,
get the...
Oh yeah, do you remember the parrot?
Oh yeah, I remember the parrot.
When he says all those funny quotes. Did you know that if you shoot the parrot, he'll go, enemy sighted, requesting backup, and if there are any guards that are alive, the alert status will start.
Oh, lovely.
And it's like, understood. And it's like they're taking orders from a parrot.
But yeah, make sure you pick up your mic before you go into the hostages, because otherwise you'll have wasted your time. You'll have to go back out and then go back in, and it sucks.
Yeah, did you know if you aim the directional microphone at the parrot and keep on saying, you must be Ains, the parrot will keep on saying, you must be Ains, you must be Ains. Because you keep on saying the same quote over and over and over again, and the parrot will just repeat that same quote again and again.
It's a parrot. I'm kind of not surprised.
Yeah, so just keep repeating that quote, and then the parrot will say it for himself. Kind of annoying, really. And funny.
But yeah, now we've activated all the nerds in this area.
The only nerds left is in the shell too, and that's about it, really.
Yay. So... once you've got the mic, what you need to do is you need to...
I'm going to show off the book.
Yeah.
And show you what happens when you when a guard sees a book. Okay, bad example.
Freeze! Move!
Yeah. If you start to struggle, if they struggle too much, then... yeah, you didn't really do that. Think that through, did ya?
Not really, mate.
That's a waste of a book. Can't pick it up again either.
Actually, I've got a better idea. Use this guy. If I use this guy, you'll be able to see it. And he won't wake up any of the other guards.
Yeah.
Be a better idea. Come on, get your ass up.
Yeah, Coolant wakes them up.
Much quicker.
Freeze!
Well, that was, okay. The Coolant obviously wakes them from sleep quicker.
Then he'll notice it when I knock on the door. Or on the wall. Because if I knock on the wall, he'll notice. Just gotta make sure he goes back. Then you'll see it. If he looks at it... come on. There you go.
Cool.
Right, enough fucking around. Let's go.
Eventually they will start to struggle, so make sure you tear at their throat every now and then.
So every single time they're about to move around countless times, make sure you hit the choke button to stop them from doing it.
Yeah, but don't go overboard because you could end up killing them.
Yep.
Retinol pattern.
Okay, so that's that.
You are cleared to enter.
So with that being said, we can now enter